if you are ever out in California, give me a call. Okay.
I'm coming. I'm on my way now. I am so excited. We've got Peggy Urieff, who's also known as the Pop-Up Queen. Peggy, thank you so much. I hope I said your last name correctly. Did
You
I?
did. You nailed it. That's awesome.
I'm sure you're like me. You've been following Peggy for quite some time. This is my pride and joy. I learned that from Peggy. So Peggy, tell me how you do it.
Ooh, gosh, how do I do it? Well, so I started in real estate as a broker 15 years ago. I was hugely pregnant with my first child, Lily, and thought, hey, won't this be a great, easy idea to make money going into real estate? And it has definitely been fun, but it has not been easy. And so when I started in real estate, I decided that I didn't want to do any marketing methods that I wouldn't want done to myself. I didn't want any cold calling. I didn't want any door knocking. I didn't want to, track down somebody's, relative for a FISBO or any of that. So I was really blessed that we had an amazing trainer at the brokerage I was started with who introduced me to Brian Buffini. And the first time I heard him spoke, I said, yeah, this is the way that I want to build a business because I'm relational by nature. I am a team builder. If you've ever had a heritage profile done, I'll stay on a team even if it doesn't benefit me because I like to help. And so so I went through a program called 100 Days to Greatness, which was Buffini's program. Then now they have Peak Producers, and they're coming out with
master class or
something like that. I haven't really been paying much attention to it. So it gave me a huge, great foundation. I moved from the San Francisco Bay Area. I grew up in the East Bay, and we relocated here outside the Sacramento area to Rockland about 17 years ago. And so I wanted to build a business relationally, but I really didn't know anyone here except for our neighbor, Ray and Kim. And so I joined a mom's group when I had my first daughter, Lily. And there was 28 moms there, and that kind of started my database, and my business was really built by moms essentially. And I did a lot of coffees and a lot of Popeyes. I didn't enjoy calling on the phone, and since you're now I do because I have really good relationships with clients, and so I do enjoy the phone calls, but I do like the face-to-face more. So it's your business, so the goal is how many contacts are you going to make, right? And then you can deal with what's your best strengths and abilities on how you want to slice and dice that. So I'll do a lot more parties, I'll do a lot more face-to-face than I will do calls or notes. And so I just double up on that. So if anyone's not familiar with Popeyes, it's just an excuse to get face-to-face with your client, to drop off a little gift. And especially now during this pandemic, it's gotten a little bit trickier, but dropping things off on people's porches get a lot more attention now that people are not so busy than they did pre-pandemic. So that's kind of how I got started. I'll do about 40 to 50 deals a year. I'm a solo agent. I have an assistant who works part-time, and I have 5 kids that range in age. I know. That's what happens when you're irresistible.
It all started with Lily.
Yeah, it all started with Lily and just being irresistible. So I have Lily, Tilly, and Millie. God front-loaded our family with girls, which was awesome. So they are great caretakers to our 2 little guys, Riker and Walker, who are 7 and 5. And so I kind of just built a business around continuing to grow my family and business at the same time. So
one of my favorite events that you shared on your YouTube channel is the chalk, first day of school, and getting the community to do chalk drawings with messages to the children going to school for the first day of that school year. I loved it.
Oh, good. Yeah. And I'll get you the link for where I buy all that chalk. But so what she was talking about was I don't do a lot of farming because I do relational business. So it's not uncommon that I have a big presence in one neighborhood because one client refers me to their neighbor, and then I sell the neighbor's house and they refer me to their friend who lives down the street. But in my own neighborhood, I do 2 events a year where my kids actually help. We drop off chalk to everybody in our neighborhood and we ask them to write encouraging messages on the sidewalk. We're in a community where kids do walk to school. And that was just a really fun thing last year. And then I do another one that I got from an agent who is coached by the same coach that I am, Grace Walker with the Fenian Company. And it's called Dumpsters, Donuts, and Donations. So I order up a big dumpster, it's in front of my house, and we order a lot of donuts, and it's like Christmas for adults. They love coming and getting rid of little, things that aren't quite small enough for a trash can, but don't kind of warrant putting them in, borrowing a truck to take to the dump. And then we take donations in the back of we have a 12-passenger van, so we fill that up with anything they want donated, and then we take it to local charities. So that's been a nice community event to do. But you could just do that with your own clients. It doesn't have to be a neighborhood thing, and just another excuse to see people face to face. It's easier when they're coming to you than you going to see 50 people what I found.
There's a relational realtor in the group who's a new agent, and there's a dumpster business in her family. So I sent her your video about the dumpster and donations. She's like, got it.
Perfect.
Is there a certain time
that's
of
awesome.
year? Is it like a spring cleaning?
Yeah, so we usually do it 2 times a year, spring and fall. This year we didn't do it with the pandemic because California was a little bit more locked down, I think. And really, we would drive around town and go quite some time without seeing another car.
Spooky, isn't it? Oh,
it was spooky.
That was spooky.
Yeah, so now it's we're in Placer County, which is above Sacramento. So if you've ever been to California to Lake Tahoe, we're kind of on your way up to Lake Tahoe. I can be, at Lake Tahoe in about an hour and 15 minutes. So we have had very few COVID cases, and we're a very, very big county. So we're more loosened up than most places like the Bay Area, but my market is kind of the last stopping ground in California before people get priced out and they move. So we're the #1 destination market for people in California that are moving from the coast.
Awesome.
So I think we'll see a lot more people moving to our area because of the working from home and all of that's going on with Bay Area companies. So you want me to show you a couple of little quick Popeye ideas for the summer?
Please.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So if you are not wanting to get out and do Popeyes, and you're a good note writer, I love these little glasses. You can get them on Amazon, and they're firework glasses. So they've got a prism to them. When you watch fireworks, it's like a multitude more fireworks than what you're seeing. But these fold nicely in a card, and people love when you do stuff for their kids. So if I had a client that had 4 kids, I would stick them in there and maybe write on the arm like, "Hey, Patrick, you looked nice to see you graduate elementary school. It's a good life, Peg," right? And I put it in a note card and then just write a note. I just wanted your kids to have a little something fun for
I'm
the
getting
4th of
on
July.
Amazon right now.
Yeah,
I
these are
love that
great.
idea.
Yeah, they also have one for Christmas time, and it does the same thing, but when you go and look at Christmas lights. So that's the first time I got one, when we went through one of these drive-through Christmas lights thing in the Bay Area, and they gave us a pair of these glasses, and I'm like, I gotta find where you get these glasses. And so you can buy them in big bulk amounts. And then if you want like kind of a nicer pop by, this is my favorite ice cream scoop in the world. It's, I think, stainless steel,
That's
but
beautiful.
it is a great scooper. My first job when I was 14 and a half, that's the earliest you can get a worker's permit in California. I worked at Swenson's Ice Cream. And my favorite ice cream is bubblegum ice cream with real bubblegum balls in it. So I have used an ice cream scoop for a lot of years, and this is my favorite one. So this is a little bit more spendy. You can get cheaper ones, but you know, in relational, you know, 80% of your business generally comes from 20% of your clients. And so it's nice to have like a nicer pop by that you just focus on that part of your database and do a little something sweeter. And I'm a big fan of the Pioneer Woman. I don't know about you. And this is her barbecue sauce Frontier. And so we have 80 jars of this that I'm going to be popping by and leaving on the porch for Father's Day and then just the beginning of summer. So those are 3 easy pop buys that you can do. And don't worry so much about the tag. I know a lot of people love to major in the minor details. And my philosophy is that just prevents you from actually getting out and doing it and getting in front of your clients. A lot of us spend a lot of time getting ready to get ready. And my advice is grab your business card and just go by. They know who you are, and leave it. You know, there are a lot of good printables. If you're part of the Fenian company, they have a lot of pre-made ones for you, but also you can go on a website called canva.com. It's like a super easy.
I'm addicted. Yes.
I mean, I do for my YouTube videos, I do all my, you know, front page, you know, designs and all that stuff. And it's a really easy graphic design software that's free unless you pay for some different pictures and stuff. But you can just make a little tag, print it, and just go do it, you know. A lot of people are very hesitant about getting in front of their clients. And if you're hesitant, it's also a relational thing, right? It's like my database is not a list of people, it's a list of people that I actually have relationships with.
Right.
And so sometimes I'll go through my database and I'll say, you know what, I didn't really have the experience that I would hope to have had. And I think I served them really well. And so if I'm not excited to go see somebody, then I might just take them out so that it also prevents me from having an excuse, right? Or a hesitancy, because wait, Peggy, everybody that you have in your list of relationships, you love to see. So why wouldn't I go and get out? But when you're starting off, I always start off with my, you know, favorite people that really kind of bring me up and give me energy to go on. Especially this business is heart-wrenching. And so when you get one of those kicks that, you know, your close friend listed with another realtor who takes a picture with their dog, and you're wonder. Like, you're like, for the love, you know, or, you know, or you get an email from someone that, you know, you've like, you know, helped with referrals to different vendors all these years. And then they're like, hey, I just wanted to share this, you know, we're selling our house. Here's a link to it. And I'm like, yeah, that's what the MLS is for, but thank you. You know, so I'm like, okay, Peggy, before you get down in your mind, why don't you go see John Richardson? Why don't you go see Chris Crane, who draws lovely cards for you, and is so grateful, because those are the clients that you want to pour into, right?
Exactly.
So I'm going to grab something for you. I got to show you.
Okay.
So for Mother's Day, I did these beautiful potted plants, and my husband and I we dropped them on their porches during shelter in place. And I got so many people that posted them on my wall, and they're so thankful, but I didn't want Mother's Day to pass without, especially mothers and fathers who've been working really hard during this shelter in place. So anyways, I dropped a thing off to one of my clients, Chris Crane. She's just incredible. And then the next morning, I went to look at my porch, and she had painted this for me.
Oh.
Yeah. And so she's painted a couple of cards for me before, and I put it right next to my goal board because I say, I need more Chris Cranes in my database, right?
Yes.
I need those people that, understand giving. And so anyways, that was really sweet. My grandfather was a pastor and a beekeeper. And so I had a little bee on there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're killing me. You're killing me.